Hello viewers, welcome. So my friend requested me to go through a few questions from a textbook, so that's what I'll be doing today. So I hope that I'll be able to solve it and hopefully explain it to you in simpler detail so you may understand. So let's get to it. First question. Alright, find the first four terms in the expansion of 1 minus x to the power of 6 in ascending powers of x. Okay, ascending powers of x means it's from x, then we follow by x squared, and x cubed, then so on and so forth. So we need to find the first four terms in the expansion of 1 minus x to the power of 6. Alright, hold on. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So using this 1, we can use the easier binomial theorem formula. So it's 1 plus 6, choose 1, times negative x to the power of 1 plus 6, choose 2, times negative x to the power of 2 plus 6, choose 3 to the times negative x to the power of 3. And then since they only want the first four terms, and we have those already, 1, 2, 3, 4, first four terms. Okay, we got it. Okay, so now we need to put them in the simplest form now. So over here we have 1. 6 choose 1 is just 6. 6 times negative x is negative 6x. 6 choose 2 is 6 times 5 divided by 2, which is 30 divided by 2, so it's 15x squared. So 6 choose 3. 6 choose 3 is 6 times 5 times 4 divided by 6, because 3 factorial is 6, so it's 20 times negative x cubed, which is just negative x cubed, yeah. So yeah, we have our term here. So this is the first four terms of the expansion. So we got it. It's for part 1. Okay, now let's move on to part 2. Part 2 asks, hence expand 1 plus x minus 2x squared to the power of 6 up to the term in x cubed. Now, how are we going to solve this? Now, usually if they put it like that, we have to use one of our answers from the part 1. So, just gonna write it down real quick. 1 minus x to the power of 6 and 1 plus x, is it minus? Yeah, minus 2x squared to the power of 6. Alright, we got these two terms now. So what are some similarities we can see? Okay, we do know that both terms have a constant 1. What is different though is the term behind it. This one is minus x, this one's plus x, minus 2x squared. So how do we make it the same? Okay, we will work it one by one. So 1 plus x minus 2x squared to the power of 6. I'm going to factorize negative 1 out from the last two terms. So I'll end up getting 1 minus negative x plus 2x squared to the power of 6. So now we have a similarity. Now we know that we have the minus signs. So all we're lacking is the x and this term in here. So what we can make assumptions about is x equals to negative x plus 2x squared. So since we have this and we have our answer over here, we can technically just substitute this here to find our answer. So I'm just going to substitute x equals to negative x plus 2x squared into my answer in part 1, yeah? So that will give me 1 minus 6 times negative x plus 2x squared plus 15 times negative x plus 2x squared to the power 2 minus 20 times negative x plus 2x squared to the power of 3. Alright, I've got that now. So they want all the expressions until the term x cubed. So we can work this out one by one. Okay, let's do this slowly, yeah? 1, negative 6 times negative x will just give me positive 6x. Negative 6 times positive 2x squared will give me negative 12x squared. Okay, we'll have to do this one by one now. So negative x squared will just give me x squared then this will give me negative 4x cubed, and then this will give me 4x to the power 4. Okay. Yep. Then we move on to the cube here. So I'm just gonna write it as this now. Alright, so we kind of factorized a few things out, made it look easier to look at, a bit more tidier. So we're just going to try and work things out here from now on, try to find our answer. So 15 times x squared will still give us 15x squared. Okay, it's still below, still what we want. It's not over x cubed. 15 times negative 4 is negative 60. Okay, we don't have to multiply these two together because that already exceeds what we want to find, so we can actually skip that. And then negative 20 times, okay, wait, no, we won't look at a coefficient first, we look at these two brackets first. So which terms when multiplied together will make x cubed or will not exceed that? Negative x and x squared, you get negative x cubed, and pretty much the rest of it just overshots it. So we got negative 20 times negative x cubed, which will give us positive 20x cubed. Alright, so now these are our answers. We're just going to simplify them down. So it's just 1 plus 6x. Negative 12 plus 15 is just positive 3x squared. Negative 60 plus 20 is just negative 40x cubed. So this is our final answer. Yep, we just expanded this expansion over here up to the term of x cubed. Alright, so we're done with question 11. Let's move on. Okay, question 12. When 1 minus x times 1 plus ax to the power of 6 is expanded as far as the term in x squared, the result is 1 plus bx squared. Find the value of a and of b. Alright, so firstly, to find x squared, we need to sort of expand this first. Then after that, we need to multiply them together. So since I'm only finding x squared, what conditions would I need? So if I multiply something with 1 and I want to get x squared, I obviously have to multiply x squared with 1 just to get the x squared term. For this one, I need to multiply at least an x. Alright, so 1 plus ax to the power 6 equals to 1 plus 6 choose 1 times ax to the power of 1 plus 6 choose 2 times ax to the power of 2. And now we can stop here because we already have terms we need. We already have our x and x squared. So now we can work things out from here on. So 1 minus x times 1 plus, we simplify this first. So this is 6ax, and here is here's 15a squared x squared. Yeah, it is. Okay. Alright, so now we can multiply them one by one to get our x squared term. So, okay, let's work things out. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 6ax is 6ax. And then, 1 times anything is just that anything. So negative x times 1 is negative x. Negative x times 6ax is negative 6ax squared. And negative x times 15a squared x squared, we won't have to do that because that is x cubed and that exceeds what we want, which is x squared. So we just stop here. And now we just gotta compile everything together. 1 plus 6ax minus x, which actually just is 6a minus 1 times x. And then we got 15a squared x squared minus 6a x squared, which is just 15a squared minus 6a times x squared. Alright, so yeah, this is what we have. So now that we have this, we know that the final result will give us 1 plus b x squared. So what we can do now is comparison. So we can compare. So we'll compare the constants first. So the constant is just 1 and 1. So 1 equals to 1, yeah, that's right. And we can compare the x, coefficients of x. So the coefficient of x is 6a minus 1 equals to, since there's no x here, we can just say x equals to, there's the 0x here. So from here we know that 6a will equal to 1. So a will therefore equal to 1 over 6. That's our a. A equals to 1 over 6. We got our a. So now we only need to find our b. So x squared, when we compare the coefficients, is 15a squared minus 6a equals to b. So now we can substitute in our value of a equals to 1 over 6. Hold on, I'm running out of space. I'll move this to another place. Let's move it here. Yeah, okay. Let's just pretend it's part of there. So now we substitute a equals to 1 over 6. So we'll get 15 times 1 over 6 squared minus 6 times 1 over 6 equals to b. So 1 over 6 squared actually just equals to 1 over 36. Because 6 squared is 36 and 1 squared is just 1. So we'll get 15 times 1 over 36, which is just 15 over 36, minus 6 over 6, 6 times 1 over 6, which is just negative 6 over 6. So we'll get b. So what we'll end up getting is 15 over 36 minus 36 over 36 equals to b. Sorry. So we'll end up getting negative 21 over 36 equals to b. And if we simplify this, we'll get negative 7 over 12 equals to b. So b equals to negative 7 over 12. There you go. We just finished question 12. Yeah. Alright. Okay, let's move on to question 13. Okay, third question. Show that the coefficient of x squared in the expansion of 1 minus 2x to the power of n is 4 times n choose 2. Okay, for this, we can use the r plus 1 term because we're just finding a specific term, which is the x squared term. So we'll work this out. R plus 1 term equals to n choose 1 times negative 2x to the power of, oh sorry, not 1, r, my bad, sorry, making a lot of mistakes now. Yeah, n choose r times negative 2x to the power of r. Yes. Okay, so we can further write this into n choose r times negative 2 to the power of r times x to the power of r. And since we're trying to find the term for x squared, so x squared equals to x to the power of r, so r equals to 2, and we'll substitute that value. So we'll end up getting n choose 2 times negative 2 to the power of 2 times x squared. So we'll just get negative 2 squared is just 4. So 4 times n choose 2 times x squared. So the coefficient of x squared equals to 4 times n choose 2. And if we look it over here, we just have to show that it equals to this. So we have just shown that. So that's our answer. Show. This is for part 1. Okay, let's move on to part 2. We just, oops, my bad. Let me just move this down, yeah? Okay, what is going on now? Okay, sorry. Okay, part 2. If the coefficient of x squared in the expansion of 1 minus 2x to the power of n is 24, find the value of n. So we know that the coefficient of this, we know that coefficient of this equals to this, and we also know that it equals to this. So a conclusion that we can make is that 4 times n choose 2 equals to 24. So what we're going to do now is we're going to divide 4 on both sides. So n choose 2 equals to 6. Then we're going to work on n choose 2. So n choose 2 is actually just n times n minus 1 over 2. Then that equals to 6. Then we're going to cross multiply. So we'll end up getting n times n minus 1 equals to 12. So if we expand it and work our way, we'll get n squared minus n equals to 12. And I want to use the quadratic formula to help me find n, so we'll bring the 12 over. Now we can use the quadratic formula. N equals to negative 1 plus minus square root of negative 1 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 12 over 2 times 1. Okay, so I'll use my calculator to help me out. So my n can equal to 4, or my n can equal to 3. But I'm going to have to reject n. Oh my god, sorry. I'm going to reject n equals to 3 because as you can see, my n cannot be a negative number, and also my n has to be more than my r. So if my n is a negative 3, that proves it wrong. So yeah, I'm gonna reject n equals to 3. So my answer is n equals to 4. Yes. All right. We've done question 13. All right. Let's move on to the last question. Okay. Question 15. All right. So part 1 says expand 1 minus x to the power 4. This one's relatively easier. So 1 minus x to the power 4 will equal to 1 plus 4 choose 1 times negative x to the power 1 plus 4 choose 2 times negative x squared plus 4 choose 3 times negative x cubed, and lastly 4 choose 4 times negative x to the power 4. So that's what we have now. So we'll get 1 plus 1 minus 4x plus 4 times 3, which is 12, and 12 divided by 2 is 6, so 6x squared minus 4 choose 3 is just 4 times 3 times 2, which is just 24, and 6 and 3 factorial equals to 6, so 24 divided by 6 is just 4. So we'll get that. 4 choose 4 is just 1, so we'll end up getting just x to the power 4. So there you go. Part 1 done. We've expanded 1 minus 4 to the power 1 minus x to the power 4. I'm stuttering a lot. Sorry, my bad. Alright, okay. Part 2. Using the results in part 1, simplify 1 minus x cubed to the power 4 minus 4 times 1 minus x cubed to the power 3 plus 6 times 1 minus x cubed to the power 2 minus 4 times 1 minus x cubed plus 1. Alright, okay. I'm just going to rearrange this whole... I'm going to rearrange this whole entire expression. So I'm going to write it from back to start. Alright, now I want you to take a look at these two. This one and this one. I want you to compare the both of them. Look at their powers. Alright, so our first number is a constant, and then our second one has a power of 1. Then our third term has a power of 2. Our fourth term has a power of 3. And our fifth term, last term, has a power of 4. And as you can see, the coefficients are all the same. Interesting. Alright, so what we can do is that since we know that all these are kind of same to each other, I'm just going to write here that x actually equals to 1 minus x cubed. Alright? X equals to 1 minus x cubed. Because if you replace 1 minus x cubed with x, you will get the same answer as up here. Our answer from part 1. So because of that, we're going to take this term over here. We're going to bring it down. I'm going to substitute x equals to 1 minus x cubed into 1 minus x to the power 4. So I'll end up getting 1 minus x cubed to the power 4. So if we expand this in, we'll get 1 minus 1 plus x cubed to the power of 4. And 1 minus 1 is just 0, so I'll end up getting just x cubed to the power 4. And my final answer will just be x to the power of 12. And that's it. That's my answer. So to my fellow friend, I hope this clarifies any of your questions. So I hope you have a better understanding now. Thanks for watching. Do hope it helps.